Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're here today with another episode of Blue Monday. Yay, Blue Monday. I love Blue Mondays. I'm working through my overwhelming pile of blue scraps and making a charity quilt block by block. And you guys are sewing along with whatever color you want to work with, and we're having some great fun. Today we're calling it, this one I'm just calling an old-fashioned block because that's what my grandma told me it was called. So I figured, okay, we'll just do an old-fashioned, and this is a fun, cute, really good scrap buster, right? And we use the idea of dark, mediums, and light. So that is also helping me reduce my blue fabric scraps. So, but first, before we get started, let's do our shout out. Kick Ass Quilts is just blossoming with her stuff, and you guys have got to go check her out if you can, and tell her that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you. We've given her a shout out before, but she's, you know, she's still clicking along and having a good time. So it would be lovely if you guys could go give her some encouragement and say, hey, yeah, you know, Brenda sent us over to you here today. Now, there's a couple other things in there. You're going to find her YouTube channel in my show notes below, as well as the cutting instructions for this block. It's so important you get in there, and you'll find all sorts of information we're going to talk about here right away. So you're going to find her YouTube channel in there. You're going to find the pattern instructions. You're also going to find our Facebook group. Now, our Facebook group is growing rapidly. We are a warm, welcoming group. We get in there, we do all the same things, like show pictures and chat and ask questions. And we just have fun. We have fun in there. But there's all sorts of community chats that are associated with that Facebook group. We do fabric swaps by country. We do recipe exchanges. We talk about how to organize our fabric scraps, and we show different ideas. Everybody has their own different ideas. It's kind of like doing a little virtual, this is my idea, this is what I did, that's what I did, you know, that kind of thing. And we also have a virtual sewing room in Discord where people are actually getting to sit down and sew with somebody they never knew before, and chat with them and get to know them and become friends. So this is just a wonderful way of meeting people, and with, you know, something in common, right? As you go hang out in a virtual sewing room and talk about quilting, and it's great. So a lot of the people are having so much fun in there. So we have to encourage you to go try it. We also are going to find in those show notes is the Zoom sew dates. This is where all of the YouTube viewers have a chance to come in and sew with me for the day. And we have so much fun on those days. It's just it's a blast. I get lots done because I pick something easy to sew for the day, so I don't have to think too much. But I get lots done. We have all sorts of, like, what are you working on? We do the show and tells. And everybody's come to the table, and it's a wonderful group to sit and chat. And if you don't feel like sewing that day, because, we're marked out from now until the end of December, you don't feel like sewing that day, you want to bring your cross stitch or some other craft, come hang out. It's fine that you come and hang out. And I would prefer too, if you don't bring stuff that I've put out, bring out stuff that's inspiring you. So this is important. Now, if you just don't have to work on the things I have presented, that's what I'm trying to say. Let's see. Oh, last, I speak for free. No, it's not last. I speak for free to quilting groups and quilting guilds, and I talk about scrap fabrics. I talk about elements of design and charity quilts, and I talk for about 40-45 minutes. I talk for free, of course. I talk for free, and it's all over Zoom. And that's my way of giving back to the quilting community. And I have just met so many very talented, wonderful quilters. It has just been awesome, and I hope I'm inspiring them as well. I do talk a little bit about my YouTube channel having one, and any patterns that are there, all sorts of free patterns that are there, they're welcome to use for their charity quilts if they choose to. Also, you're going to find the community round robin. The community round robin stuff is awesome. Kelley from Kelley Quilts and Cruises, Michelle from Bits and Pieces, and Future Cat from New Zealand. The four of us got together, and we just had a blast putting out blocks and borders and doing a round robin. It was so much fun. And those quilts, those blocks are gorgeous, and are showing up in my Facebook group. It's amazing how, people change the palette, the color palette, or they put a little twist on their own to make it their own. It's just beautiful what you guys are doing. So I'm just so pleased with that, and I was so honored to work with those other YouTubers as well. And you'll find they're in there as well, plus a schedule as to when blocks have dropped and when rounds have dropped. So you know, then at least now you can go back. It's going to remain free, but Michelle from Bits and Pieces has graciously offered to host the pattern once we're all done as a free pattern. So this has been a lot of fun. So come on in. Let's get this block done called an old-fashioned. Okay, so this old-fashioned is quite the little thing. It's a 1/4 square triangle in the corners. Now, what you do is you lay now you see I've made my lines with my little magic wand, my Fons and Porter ruler, right? And I'm going to sew along them. Now, because the blocks are bigger, I mean, they work together really quick. They go together really quick, and I'm just going to quickly pin, just so things aren't sliding and wobbling around. And where each one of these will make 2, you know, 1/4 square triangles, and it's just the way it's cut. It's really good for scrappy. Like if you wanted to go totally scrappy on this, and you know, you would make a whole bunch of 1/4 square triangles, and then do this kind of sashing in between them, and mix them all up so no color is staying, you know, on the same block. I mean, you can have a lot of fun with this very quickly. Now, just gonna go quickly up the side, and then once we get to the end, I'm gonna take it and just tug on the thread just a bit, just to get enough to turn and pivot. Okay, now we're doing another one because you need 4. There we go. Okay. And give it just a little so that we can... Now with 1/4 square triangles, 1/4 square triangles, what you can do, I'm just going to get these cut apart. You can, they make, because they're making 2 of these, like this is going to make 2 blocks. What I'm cutting right here, and this will make another 2 blocks. What I'm saying is when you're mixing them up, if you had a whole bunch of these squares already cut and, you know, done like this, you could start mixing them up so that they would not see, you know, their mate for that you just cut off, right? So then you would have a very unique and very eclectic looking 1/4 square triangle block. Now, I'm just going to get my magic wand out again. Now, you would press these, right? You would press this, and I'm going to press to the dark, so I'm just going to finger press this, just like so. And you don't want it, because that's both on a bias, so you don't want to finger press too hard. You don't want to stretch the work. You just want to fold the cloth. Oh, that was wrong. I did it wrong. Okay, that's fine. I'll just go the other way now. You just want that, yeah, you don't want... There. So you're going to finger press to the dark, so the dark is on top. And you're all pressed now the same way. So that's all going to work. This was such pretty print, and I thought, okay, this would be lovely to work with. Because it's got a little bit of red and a little bit of green. There's some deeper golds, and I thought, okay, yeah, this is great. Okay, so now, what you're going to do is you're going to line this up so that the dark goes on the other side. And you're going to finger press that in so that you get a perfect little nest on both sides where you're going to lay that ruler down. Because you're going to lay that ruler down again and draw on a line. And you want those lovely, lovely sharp corners. So now, let's see, we're going to go like this. I get my... Where'd my other pencil go? I have no idea where my pencil goes some days. There we go. Just do this a couple times. All the way down the block. Yes, we can. And There we go. Now, so that's one. Now let's get the other one done. Okay, so that goes like this. And then you're putting them so they'll make this, right? You're putting the dark on the medium and the medium on the dark is what's happening. And now I picked this medium. Another reason why I picked this medium, because it has a light backing. So when you're doing this, when you're working with your scraps, and you have to draw a line, and you don't want that line, you know, I don't have a white pencil, so I'm using a black one. But when you're drawing a line like that, it's easier to draw a line with a pencil on something that isn't dark, right? So if you had like a really black back of a fabric or dark, you might not be able to see the line you just drew. Unless, of course, you're using a white or a yellow pencil, right? So I have yellow here that I could switch to yellow flint or yellow leads. But this, I figured, okay, I can be lazy. I don't have to go get a special lead in my pencil. And I can make this work. Now, I just want to get there. Yeah. Okay, so we're there. Finally. We got it all drawn. Okay. So now, this is all nicely nested in the middle too. So what we're going to do is the same again. We're just going to go through this again. And right on the line. You want to make sure you stay nested. Yes, we are nice and tight. Okay. There we go. And swing it around. Yes. I'm just going to get this off of here. Okay. Now, do the next one. And make sure. There. No, I have made these where when I started sewing them, this fabric underneath was folded over. Everybody does that. Everybody makes mistakes, and I don't want you to be hard on yourself because you've made a mistake. And if you're just learning, good for you. You're trying. Good for you. You know, there's a lot of people, sometimes they're afraid to learn something new, and good for you. You're in there trying. You know, if you make a mistake, that's okay. You can learn from it and you just move on. Keep moving forward. You know, so here we go. We're cutting right up the middle again. Oh yeah, I should get that off. There we go. And cut this one up. Now, okay. Now when I trim these, usually when I'm following this, because I'm usually pretty good on my 1/4 inch. The only thing I really have to trim is these dog ears. So we're gonna try this without getting too crazy over stuff. Now, also too, I'm gonna mention this. I spin my seams right like this, and I get nice flat center that way, and I only have to usually trim one dog ear off. So that works. Okay, let's see how badly out of kilter we are. Let's see. No? Yes? Maybe? Well, I think we're pretty good, actually. We might not have to do very much more than this. Okay, so let's get these dog ears off. Okay, get that one off. And get the other one off. Now I trim a little bit deeper than, you know, at a deeper angle. I just don't, you know, I trim down a little bit because I want to reduce bulk in the corners, because that's important. Boy, I might be on a day where I just have it work going my way. Quick, go out and buy a lotto. Yeah. Okay. Not that I would buy a lotto. I don't buy lotto tickets much. I know a lot of people do all the time, but I just, nah, not my thing. Okay, so the little bits go into the dog bed stuffing, and we swirl our seams. Now, swirling seams, you can see here, these two seams are lying really flat, and so we just pop them like that, and we just quickly finger press this out, smush this a bit with our finger, and we're good. So again, we're just gonna lie it like that, so you know which way to smush, right? Because two of them are lying flat, so that's the direction everybody's gonna get pressed, right? And last one, again, yes, works perfect. Works perfect every time. So nice, so nice. Okay, so there we go. We're gonna sew this together just like this. Let me change my foot, because what's a video of mine without you watching me change my sewing machine foot? You guys probably wait for it. I'm sure by now you're kind of like, how many times are you gonna change your foot on your sewing machine? Yeah, well, pretty much. That's kind of where we're at here some days. Okay, there we go. And okay, let's make sure that's in the right spot. So now we're gonna put this together like a 9-patch, exactly like a 9-patch, right? So we're gonna take this and we are going to line this up. This light is a K Facet product as well, or fabric, and I really love his stuff, but you know, it sits in my stash because, oh, it's precious. You know what? I gotta pull it out and use it. I just have to pull it out and use it and be done with it. You know, get it out, move it out, have some fun with it. Put it with very different things. I put it with a Civil War, and then, you know, a more contemporary polka dot. Well, not polka dot, stars that acts like the polka dot in the block, but it provides a polka dot like texture. Okay, so there we go. Okay, under there. Now I'm gonna put all of this back, and then we can see what next. Yes, we've done it right. So let's get on with the next column, right? And, okay, there we go. Here. Oops, there, get that out of the way. Okay, here. Now this, it's sewn onto this. I don't know why my grandma called this old-fashioned block, but she did. And this was one of her ones that she liked to use, you know, because it looked like you put a little effort into it, you know, kind of thing. Right, so now this I'm just pressing over just to get it flat or flatter. Okay, there we go, and to the end. Okay, now we go the other way. Okay, so I'm just going to move the board here because it's in my way. So what I did was I pressed this one this way, and I'm going to do the same with that, and I'm going to press it in on itself. Right, because that K Facet fabric is pretty sturdy. Now with this, I'm gonna press it away from the dark. I guess I'm gonna press it away from the dark. There, and now everything in the center is going to nest. There we go. Just make sure that's nice and flat. Yes, it is. Okay, so now let's get this done. Okay, I'll get this. Line it up. Take your time always to line up your edge, because that's one of the more important areas. You know, sometimes they get a little fluffy in the inside of the block, but if you take the time to line up your edge, you know, as you're quilting it, then at least you can do something. You'd over quilt a little puffier edge, you can, you know, put more quilting in an area that make it lie flatter if it's a little puffy, but okay. And this right across there. Yeah. I think this block would look, you know, for all over quilt, it would look fun just as, you know, you have, you know, a white or like a low volume. You could use a low volume instead of a light blue, but, or a lighter version of the color that you're working with. Okay, let's just push that one this way. And yeah, we're going to push that in as well. Okay, there we go. Now we get the next one, the last row. Okay, get these open, and we nest. There we go. And nest it again on the other side. Nice. And there we go. There. Now, I'm just going to show you the back of the block so you kind of get the idea of the nesting, or the nesting and the ironing plan, I guess is what I'm trying to get at here. So I just press this over just so it would lie flat. Right? So there we go. Just that's what it looks like. Okay, so this gets swirled, right? These areas get swirled. They now lie absolutely flat. They go in to the piece without any seams, and then the center block, the first one goes out and then it goes in, right? So this way it's going to lie nice and flat when you're ironing it and all this stuff. So let's give it a good press and we'll get to our ta-da moment. Okay, here's our ta-da moment on Old Fashioned. I think this turned out really well. I mean, I've got the, you know, the quarter square triangles working the right way, and, you know, everything's coming together. This would look absolutely great in a quilt of all of these if you were sashing in between the blocks. Then you wouldn't have to worry about trying to match up these outer points and all this stuff. So that's one way, you know, easier assembly, you know, that kind of thing. That's kind of helpful. But I do hope you give this one a try. It was really fast and quick, and you could make this totally scrappy if you want and have some fun using up your smaller pieces. So I hope you have an absolutely amazing week ahead and life is treating you gently. So until we meet each other again, stay well and take care. Bye! Hello again. We just want to thank you for enjoying our video and, you know, coming along with my husband and my YouTube adventure and quilting. And, you know, sometimes things don't work out as best they should, and sometimes they work out great. We're going, wow, that went well. But it's been an amazing journey, and I'm so glad I could share it with you. Share, like, and subscribe these videos. That really helps us out, and it helps us make more charity quilts, okay? So you guys take care until we have a chance to meet again, okay? Bye!